Good morning, listeners. Welcome to Drive Time, the only live car talk radio show in northern Arizona on 103.5 FM. And today we are short on other co-hosts. They were on vacation and out goofing around and stuff. Actually, Desmond is up in Colorado. He's got a family issue with his mother. So we're sending out some prayers and hoping that she makes a full and fast recovery. Mark Kroll is sitting on the beach. He mentioned some type of beach where clothing was optional, and that's one that I don't want to be at. So I'm glad he's there by himself. Well, or maybe with his wife, but I'm not there. So that's a good thing, and that's good for you listeners, too, not to see him on video, because we are streaming on kyca.info and on Facebook page. You can see our smiling, shining faces. And I believe Louis Gomez is out burning up tires on a racetrack. I saw that at Facebook post that he's out goofing around and stuff. Mm-hmm. Thom is down at his ranch playing with the horsies. Mark's not here to make the little horsey bray noise, and I'm not going to try to attempt that because it's not going to sound very good. So today in the studio with me, we have Ken and his wife, Carrie. And they are as you guys have listened to us in the past, Ken is the walking encyclopedia of automotive knowledge. And it's just weird and nuts what he knows and how he knows and remembers this. And then we've got Carrie here that's going to keep him in line. And she's also in the automotive field. These two people are serious car people that know a lot about a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be talking to them. They went on a trip this past last weekend to California. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that happy or pleasant of a trip, but you guys want to tell me what it was and the people that you met there, the celebrities you were just telling me before we came on the air is just outrageous. So
you bet. Well, first of all, I've known Ed Iskandarian personally for over 30 years. And I actually knew about him since I was a sophomore in high school. I used to read Hot Rod magazines about Iski cams, and he was one of my heroes. And so was Don Garlitz, and so was Don Prudhomme, and all these guys. And I've been so fortunate to later in life to get to know them as friends and personally. And Ed was the last World War II veteran that I know. I don't know any more living World War II veterans. So.
Now, how did you get to know these people? I mean, how do you get to know? I mean, I've been to the racetracks and I've seen these guys race and stuff, but you've known these guys personally for years and years and years.
Yeah.
How did you actually get to know them on a personal phone call, type situation?
Yeah. Well, it started out at the drag strip. I used to run a 57 Chevy in modified production. And I was at Island Dragway when Don Garlitz set the first 200-mile-an-hour run for an official NHRA 200-mile-an-hour run. And I screamed until I lost my voice and went hoarse because it was such an exciting moment. And I congratulated him in the pits. I was in the pits. And
now, were you up against him, and so you had the second fastest run
of
199?
Right. Yeah, no, I probably had the slowest. I got tired of running modified production because I used to break so many parts, and I got so tired of eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all week long in order to buy that rear axle or whatever I broke the last time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so and then in California, when I moved to California, I used to go to the races, and I would see these guys and meet them. And then at events like at the NHRA Museum in Pomona, they used to have events like birthdays for Tommy Ibo and Garlitz and Prudhomme and everything. And all these people would be in the room with me, and you get to know them, and Iski. And, so and then I used to go to car shows with Iski. A lot of times we'd meet up. I had his phone, cell phone, and he'd say, I'm going up to Thousand Oaks, you want to come? Yeah, okay. Wow. And so we'd walk around together and talk about the cars and stuff. And
so you're talking about Ed Iskandarian, the manufacturer that developed cams and racing cams and all kinds of stuff. This event that you went to last Saturday, what was that specifically for, as to how you met these guys and how everybody got together?
That was at the Lions Automobilia Museum in Rancho Santo Dominguez in Southern California near Torrance area. And the guy that started that museum was Rick Lorenzen. And unfortunately, after he got the whole place, it's like a 100,000 square foot facility. After he got it all dialed in and filled with cars and automobilia, he passed away. And his brother is keeping it going. And one of Art Chrisman's family is also helping, and there's a lot of volunteers. So it's a great venue. That they had Iski's last birthday, his 104th birthday there also last summer, and they were probably gearing up for his 105th. When we lost him.
So this event was actually the celebration of life of Ed Escuderian. He passed away earlier this year, in case some of our listeners aren't aware of that.
So all these wonderful people came to say goodbye to him. And Carrie?
We were surrounded by legends. Seriously.
You were just showing me some pictures.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Don Garlitz, Don Prudhomme, Al Teague, and others, many others I can't remember.
Cammie Edelbrock.
Oh, Cammie Edelbrock was there. Everyone had stories to tell, and it was just an amazing. There were, what did they cut it off at 1,000? People.
Wow.
And
and you guys were lucky that you guys got a couple invitations.
Yeah, we got because we're good friends with Al Teague. I've known him for about 30 years too. You know, he set a world land speed record. That's how, and he's a drag racer too. And we stayed with him, but he was one of the speakers. So we were in the second row with the family and everything. Who I've met most of his family before, but Danny.
Thompson?
Danny Thompson was there. You know, he set a world land speed record of 458 recently, and he's Mickey Thompson's son, and he was there. There were just so many people.
Wow.
And a lot of the family, the Escuderians, I guess, have the long life gene because his brother Joe is there with his wife Anna, and they've been married for 71 years.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I'll have what they're having.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow, that racing fuel is really pretty potent stuff. So
you know, it's funny, but a lot like Don Garlitz is 94, and I don't know, maybe it's just an impression, but it seems like a lot of these guys that are racers stay sharp later in life. I don't know what it is, but
and it sounds like they keep their family together, and they've got such a good group and close network of friends and family that they're very supportive.
Yeah, but a lot of them are stay well. Don Garlitz still works on cars at age 94.
Yeah, and he's got a great museum off 95 in Ocala, Florida. We've been there a couple of times, and it's got all his memorabilia and, his racers, and then it's got antique cars as well.
Wow. Fascinating story and group of people that you guys know and can associate with and stuff. And I remember you brought Ed to one of our Prescott lunches a couple years ago, and that's where I first saw him in person. That's the one and only time I've ever seen him in person. But yeah, he was a very interesting person and still sharp. So, all right, they're cracking the whip. We got to take a break. We got to go to a commercial, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes. So stay tuned. We've got more to tell you. right. Welcome back. We are here, and I've got a lineup of the Saturday live shows that they do here at KYCA. 8 to 9 in the morning, we started off with Tri-City Sports Roundup with John Rust. He was on there this morning talking just talking about the high school kids and all the sports that's going on and stuff. It's great. And then 9 to 10, we got Healthline with Dr. David Hancock. And listening to him this morning, I was glad that I'm taking magnesium, and that's actually a good thing. And it sounds like we're all low on magnesium, so we need to keep taking our magnesium and try to get healthy.
I used to have magnesium wheels.
Oh, yeah. Remember that back in the day, yeah.
But they were hard to swallow with a glass of water.
Yeah, a glass of water. You had to use, 1030 motor oil in order to get that down? Is that how that stuff worked? 10 to 11, you've got us, Drivetime AZ, the only live automotive talk show in northern Arizona. And after us, there's a new show from 11 to 12. It's Seniors in the Know with Vicki Johnston. She's the HCO Health and Water person that you hear on the radio. She's located up here at the Pine Ridge Mall. And I've got a friend, AJ Moley, that's one of her customers, and he's a real cool guy. And really, he does like the water and how the stuff would work. So this will be interesting to see what Seniors in the Know is all about. And I'm hoping that I don't really fall into that category, even though I just did get my ARP card last year. So I will take the discount if I can get a discount that way.
Yeah, Denny's.
All the listeners, if you guys got a question for us, give us a call, 928-541-1016. We'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, you're going to have to listen to us ramble for the next 45 minutes or so. And I don't know if you want to do that. But we do have a caller on the line. Anastasia, are you there?
I am. Good morning, gentlemen and ladies.
Thanks for waiting for us and waiting through the commercial.
Good morning.
No worries. I have my AARP card, too.
All right. So what can we help you with?
Well, I just wanted to say, I believe, John, you had my vehicle for quite some time at your shop at AutoWorks there. By
couple of weeks we had it trying to find the right stuff for it. Yeah.
So I wanted to apologize first, and then I wanted to say thank you to you for what you did for me, because I do greatly appreciate that. You did go out of your way, and especially for a stranger, because I have not met you yet. You weren't there.
We've talked on the phone. Yeah, we've talked on the phone, and we've got our mutual friend of Ken. He's our interarian for the go-between. The go-between person. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. He's the one that actually did a lot of footwork and stuff like that. He was over there trying to find the parts and get the right stuff.
Ken does more than footwork. He goes above and beyond, too. I don't think he's human, and
we're wondering about that
ourselves. I guarantee he's human.
Well, we need to figure out a way besides stem cells or something to clone that guy, because we need a lot more of the both of you in the world today for sure. So I really do appreciate what you did, and I'm sorry that I have that darn Beamer.
Yeah, well, it's not a bad car. My wife has got the twin. She's got the 330 Ci. And man. I told her, don't bring it here because I don't want to get my parts mixed up with those parts.
Right. No, those cars are great. They are great. I can't say enough about those cars. I love them. I know there's a following here locally, so there's a couple of people that I've heard of that have a club, if you will. But, they really do take a lot of work, and they take a lot of money. And unfortunately, nobody told me that when I bought it. So.
Yeah. Do you know what BMW stands for?
I've heard so many.
Break my wallet.
There you go.
I know.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
and that it can, for sure. I think I'm gonna get a Prius next. I'm just gonna.
We love ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really love ours. It's great.
Yeah, mine runs off the fumes of the other cars.
Oh, no, stop.
They do. I mean, they get like 50 miles to the gallon. We've got one in our loaner fleet.
Regularly. You can count on it.
Yeah. We really love that thing.
It's either going to be that, or I'm going to talk to Doc from Back to the Future and see if I can get a DeLorean that feeds it.
No, your Beamer is cheaper to maintain. Your Beamer is definitely
cheaper.
You
don't want to fix the flux capacitor.
Yeah, or try to find parts. You won't find parts that pick your part. By the way, did you know I found wheels for your car?
Yeah, and then I wanted to ask John a question. I know that you do work for the Lions Club. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've been with them for 17 years for the Prescott Valley Early Bird Lions Club. So roar!
Now,
I'm supposed to say that.
What exactly do they do? What exactly?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself. No, we do a lot of things in the community. The Lions Club, we coming up here in May, we have the Prescott Valley Days Parade, and that's something that the Lions Club participates with the Chamber of Commerce, and we put that on every year for the town.
Yeah.
That's one of our big popular things. My thing that I did for the club for about 12 or 13 years is I chaired the Christmas tree sales. That's our biggest fundraiser because we provide glasses for kids and people that are considered working class poor. And we try to get them the glasses so they can actually see and stuff. The guy Melvin Jones started this just over 100 years ago.
Wow.
And he was actually a native Arizonan. And so last year, or 2 years ago, when it was our 100th anniversary, there was a lot that was said and talked about him and how he dealt with Helen Keller at the time and participated in a lot of her functions and stuff like that. So definitely it was an interesting thing. But our Lions Club, we just finished up our flags for first graders. Our president and his wife chair up that particular thing in the community. And so we go to the 6 different schools and we show and talk to the kids about what the American flag stands for, how it was designed, how many stars, what the stripes and colors all mean and stuff, and teach them how to fold the flag. And so that's a neat event that we do every year with our Lions Club. So our Lions Club, we just try to participate in anything and everything. The Humboldt Unified School District food drive, we get to haul all that stuff and help them take it to the storage facilities for the Yavapai County Food Bank and stuff. And so anything that you want to do or participate in, we'd love to have you come to a free breakfast at Sally B's on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock in the morning and be our guest and see what we're all about and see if it fits in. And if it's something, our motto is we serve. And so that's what our club is all about, is we're out there trying to help the community and help people, and it affects our business and our personal life and stuff. And, you know, that just made me feel happy whenever we could do what we did for you to get you back to rolling. And
yes, thank you.
Yeah, so,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so
Very
come check
cool.
out our Lions Club. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, gentlemen. I don't want to keep you too much longer, so I will say adieu at that, and I will talk to probably both of you on another day. I know Ken for sure, so.
Yep, he's working on
you
your
guys
wheels.
Have a good rest of your day, and again, thank you. I can't thank you enough, John and Ken. So,
All right.
thank you so
Sure,
much.
not a problem. Thanks
Take
for calling
care.
in.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
So good news, bad news, or just a question. If you have anything for us, give us a call, 928-541-1016. A little later on in the show, I want to get into customer service and what people actually expect from businesses. You know, not just automotive businesses, but restaurants and grocery stores and retail places. What type of customer service are you guys looking for that brings you back? So start thinking about what good quality service is and what terrible service is that you've had, and give us a call and tell us your little story. So 928-541-1016. We've got to take a break, so start thinking and give us a call right after the break. right, and we are back. And just before the break, I had mentioned to you guys that we wanted to start talking about customer service and what kind of experiences you guys have. So during the break, I was talking with Carrie and Ken, and Carrie was telling me about their carpet and tile business that they had years ago and what made it memorable, because that was a question that I threw at her as to when people have their carpet and tile done, that's a once every 8 or 10 year type situation. How do you get the referrals and how do you get that memorable experience? What did you leave with the customer in order for them to remember you and refer you off to their friends within that first 6 months or year to keep you guys busy? Since you said you didn't do a whole bunch of advertising, you had
word of mouth.
Word of mouth. So
all word of mouth. And this was with my ex-husband years and years ago. One of the things, obviously, was the quality of the work, coming on time, and being, another thing, be cheerful. When people come into your house or do your work and they're grumpy and in a bad mood, that doesn't leave, even if they do the job right, it doesn't leave a good impression. But one of the things that we used to do is we would leave a can of carpet stain remover with them, and a business card in case Junior spilled blue Kool-Aid on the carpet with the week later. But it was something, it's like we not only cared about installing your carpet and doing a quality job or your tile, but we care about you being able to take care of it. So you feel good about it.
So being happy, jolly, being positive, being upbeat, and doing a good quality job, and then leaving them, like you said, with something to remember. It's like, oh, wow, yeah, I guess I might need this for in the future type thing. Yeah.
Right. I do have a can.
Yeah.
To get that out. So that's an important thing. And you mentioned getting your bathroom done.
Right. And that's what when you said about leaving your card in the carpet cleaner, that reminded me of when I had my bathroom remodeled 8 years ago or so. They left as a squeegee and a cleaner for the tile. And the cleaner's long gone, but that squeegee is still in there that we squeegee the walls down with, and it's got their business name on it. So even though I don't plan on remodeling that bathroom again for a while, it's a memorable thing. It's like, yeah, I remember those people. So yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out, is what gives you guys a lasting impression for customer service and why you keep going back. So looks like we've got a caller in. If you have some customer experience stuff, stories that you want to tell us, give us a call, 928-541-1016. We've got Dan on the line. So, Dan, how you doing, and what do you got to talk about?
I'm doing fantastic today.
Good to hear.
I am a big fan of your radio show.
All right, so you're like 6'8" or?
Okay.
A ceiling fan.
Yeah.
Great, thanks for listening.
Yeah. Well, I'm calling in for you guys because we have some local heroes around here that need to be recognized, and I think you should invite these racers in and chat with them.
What do you have? Who do you know?
Well, I got Mr. Paul Norberry here, who runs a construction business, and he manufactures midgets and races midgets in the USAC National Tour. Very competitive class.
Midgets are cool. I like those. Those are fun.
Yeah.
And he's right here in Prescott Valley.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah, has a big race shop and everything. And the other one is Bill Michaels at Kodiak Products there in Prescott. He is, I believe, the 2019 USAC Sprint Car Championship team.
Nice. Yeah.
He's a local guy, a good community supporter and stuff, and I'm sure he'd appreciate maybe some come in and chat with y'all.
Yeah, that might be nice. Let them know what station to listen to on Saturdays and give them our phone number, since I don't think you want to throw out their phone numbers on the air for everybody to call them and stuff like that. But no, that'd be interesting to talk and have lunch with them and see what they're all about.
I'm also friends with old Johnny Loper.
Oh, okay. From Loper's down there in Phoenix. Yeah.
And, a lot of the old drag racers.
And how did you get to meet these people? Were you part of them, or were they just your neighbors, or how did you get to know these?
Well, I've been a big sponsor of a sprint car team out of Indiana for quite a few years.
Oh, a
And,
sponsor, somebody with deep
we
pockets.
like
All
sponsors.
right.
Not my pocket. I started a sprint car midget stay in school program about 35 years ago when I encountered young people that didn't want to do a blue collar job or I mean a white collar job or vice versa, and I provided a program, still provide a program for kids that are more gearhead driven.
That's interesting. What is the name of your program and where's it
Yeah,
at? I
where
mean,
is
that
it?
would definitely be something that definitely our youth needs to know about. And I'd love to hear about your program. Is it up
Yeah,
here or where it's located? The name of it?
Yeah. Well, I'm in Paulden. I live in Paulden now.
Okay, and what's the name of your
For
program?
some health issues, yeah. But it's called Sprint Car and Midget Day in School Program.
Sprint
You
Car
can
and
find it
Midgets.
on the web.
Stay in School program. Okay.
And that program was started by me and Eddie Basha. I went to Eddie Basha and with this program that I thought would be great for young people in the future that want to be a gearhead and try to drive them towards a technical school like UTI or Wyoming Tech. And we've been providing scholarships for 30 years for young people to attend these schools.
That's a really good idea because kids these days, they don't realize that there is a growing demand for tech skills or
Anything in the automotive
mechanic,
field. Yeah.
automotive, and other areas
Yeah.
as well. But they can make a ton of money working on cars. You don't have to pay back a college loan,
Right.
out of the box, and you can gear up and you can get a really good reputation. And the other thing too is learning about cars keeps kids out of trouble. If they've got their head under the hood, they're not running around in the hood.
If they're fixing and racing cars, they don't have money for drugs.
That's right.
Well, I'm a big supporter of the younger generation and trying to keep them on the right track and not be distracted by what's going on in the world, and get you a good career. So just to give you a little bit of information, you guys are much smarter than me, but some of the motors that we run a 360 steel block for the 360 class, and then we run a 410.
Right.
And the bigger classes, it's all aluminum motor. They're 1,000 horsepower in a 1,200-pound car.
That
Yeah.
should move.
Yeah.
That should definitely move.
I drove a Sprint that was the small block, the 355 motor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
dirt track racing. That's always fun. I mean, I really like that because you get to smell rubber burning on dirt. Yeah, and the cars are going sideways, and the front steering wheels are going in the opposite direction.
How do they do that?
I know. That's awesome. I mean, that's some serious power. That's the real original drifting, instead of today's little rice burners that have plastic bumpers that fall off whenever they hit the concrete barriers.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, as a defense to those lighter cars, there's a new class of racing, sprint car racing, that has came and it's continued to come to the forefront. And these are micro midgets, and they run the 600cc street motors.
So those would be under the dwarf cars? Those would be the smaller ones than the dwarf cars, or are they
No,
similar to the
these
dwarfs?
These are called micros.
Micros. Okay.
Yeah, the dwarf cars what are they? 1,200 cc or something like
12
that.
and less for the motorcycles is what they have power
Yeah.
in those.
Yeah, they're 1,200cc,
Yeah.
but they don't turn 23,000 RPM.
Yeah.
Holy fudge sickles.
Yeah.
Man, that sounds like a weed whacker running around in circles.
Did you know we're working on opening up the racetrack in Prescott Valley?
Yeah, and you got to get these racers to get behind it. There is Central Arizona Raceway down there in Casa Grande. It's been taken over by a very wealthy man named Jerry Petty. He owns Avante Doors and Windows, and recently sold his window company for $2 point something billion.
With a B?
Yeah, with a B.
Wow.
Wow.
And he has Central Arizona Raceway down there in Casa Grande at 11 Mile Corner, and the facility is been voted the best dirt track facility in the Southwest.
With that kind of money, I can see why it would be. Yeah.
That would be
Wow.
Would you, after we're done here, could you call back and give Scotty your phone number, please?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
cracking the whip on us. So
Thank you.
actually, you could
Yeah.
probably just hold on the line. We've got to take a break, but if you want to hold, and then Scotty will get your number, and yeah, Ken and Carrie will definitely want to get back with you, see what we can find out about this program, keep the kids safe and
All
in
the
school
above,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
everything that you're talking about. So thanks for being a listener. We've got to go on a break because they're cracking the whip on me. So we will be back in just a couple of minutes. Thanks for listening. Give us a call, 928-541-1016. All righty, and we are back. The show is flying by, and I'm happy because I'm just winging it today with Ken and Carrie, and we're just having fun. And we're trying to get people to give us a call in, 928-541-1016. We'd still like to talk about some customer service, but we do have another caller on the line. Charles, so it looks like you've got a 2008 BMW. Did we start a BMW thing today? What can we help you with?
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good
Yes.
morning.
Hey, so my wife's 2008 BMW 528i, it died on her down in Eloy, and I had it towed to a good shop, and they said it's probably a fuel issue. So I drove it back home, and it died on me 2 times. I just didn't get it back up here to Prescott. So I've replaced the fuel pump. I've replaced the fuel filter. And if you know that these BMWs, that's right in the gas tank on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I replaced the collars and the tight down rings and the gaskets, completely sealed. Yet I'm still getting a check engine light that tells me a possible emissions leak. Check the gas cap. So
Okay.
I'm wondering what's going on with this, and do I need to take it by one of your shops to get you guys to take a look at it?
Are you still having a dying issue? Is it still dying and stalling out on you, or are you just fighting the check engine light right now?
All it's got is the CEL. The car runs great. The car is a very good, solid car, and I just had a complete tune-up with spark plugs, the coil, everything, O2 sensor, and everything. I just had that done completely. So the car is in beautiful shape. I just can't get that CEL to go away.
Okay. So on something like that, yes, we can play with it at AutoWorks, but if you're here in the Prescott area, I would kind of, I could refer you off to either Prescott Imports or Euro Motors or De Young European. De Young is also a really good place. De Young, they're over here.
No.
Are you? Sounds like you're in Prescott, right? Or where are you located?
Oh, yeah, I'm right here in Prescott.
Yeah. De Young Motors, we actually use them. We sub out some of our European stuff to them because they do have all of the critical dealer scanners that I'm not going to invest $15,000 just to look at a few Beamers a year.
Oh, that's my issue. I got the little thing that connects to my phone, and I can kind of get in deep, but I mean just deep enough.
Yeah, those don't get you deep enough, and you don't have the bidirectional control.
My actual background, I started out as an auto mechanic, and this thing, I've done everything just as beautifully as I could. I even went down to BMW in Scottsdale and got all new rings and compression seals for the gas tank, and I did a fabulous job, but the thing just won't clear the CEL.
Good. So you use the good quality parts. That's a good thing. What De Young can do for you, they actually activate the evap system. Same thing that we can do on a bunch of other cars, but they go a little bit deeper than us. We have a smoke system that we actually use. We put smoke into the gas tank. It's pressurized, and it will tell us, it's got a little gravity ball. It lets us know if it's holding the vacuum or if there's a leak and how large the leak is. So De Young's going to use the same type of machine. And with their scanners, they can actually shut the vent valve, open the vent valve. There's several little solenoids and components that are in there. So you might have one that's stuck open or closed. That's causing that. It's not necessarily a visual vapor leak that you have or a fuel leak that you have. It's one of these dumb little sensors or solenoids is stuck just over the years of time and stuff like that. So welcome to electronics. It's in everything, doing everything else. And yeah, I would visit those guys and let them know what you have. They'll scan for the codes, and then they can give you a testing time as to if it's going to take an hour, or if this is a 2-hour job, or what it's going to take to find out.
I thank you so much for the information. My other car is a Chevy Bolt, and that's a whole another technological miracle.
I know that one's missing a tailpipe. That doesn't have a tailpipe. I follow a couple of those in the morning going to work, and it's like, no, there's nothing coming out the back of that.
Well, it actually does have a tailpipe, and when I run down the hill to Phoenix, it gets 52 miles to the gallon. Otherwise, it runs on sunlight. So it's a beautiful technology, but it is just really hard to keep track of. And I love fixing my own stuff. And so I thank you for your input. I had no idea these things had a vapor valve on the emissions in the gas tank.
Yeah,
something I could probably never find myself.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you got hard and deep in there to do the fuel pumps, I mean, you're having fun and you're seeing all kinds of little wires and stuff underneath the seat. So some of those wires go over to these solenoids, and there could be a pressure sensor that's gone bad too, because it detects how much pressure is actually in the tank. Yeah. So there's a lot of
some connection that might have gotten disturbed a little bit and leaks a little bit.
Yeah. So good, give them a shot.
My background is control electronics, master electrician, and I'm very careful about putting everything back together because the thing has 2 floats in it and everything, and I'm very careful about reassembly, and I've had 50 years of doing this, and it's just got me stymied that it thinks it's smarter than I am.
Yeah.
It's that foreign language barrier thing.
It's probably a valve then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get some Flex Seal.
I really appreciate your input. I love your show, and thank you very much. Have a wonderful, blessed day.
Great. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And we've got to run to another break. So again, it looks like we've got another caller on the line, so that's a good thing. If you guys have got questions for us, give us a call, 928-541-1016. And during the break, I'll look up Tom's number. He's the one that you can call at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning for an Uber ride.
Yeah.
Because we know problems don't just happen on Saturdays between
Yeah.
10 and 11. He likes fielding the calls and
Yeah.
the information all week long, 7 days a week, and
Yeah.
25 hours a day because, that's how Tom rolls. So we've got to go to a break, and then when we come back, we'll talk to Kurt. So keep listening. Thanks. All right, and we are back. We do want to talk about some customer service type stuff, so give us a call, 928-541-1016. And next week, Tom will be up here. And so if you want to give him a call ahead of time, his phone number is 1-480-773-3131. He really appreciates the wake-up call between midnight and 3, when you need that shuttle ride home.
Or you have a flat tire.
Yeah. Yeah, just give him a call. He's very, he's talkative, and he's really awake at that time of day. So give him a call in the morning, and he will be up here next week. So, Tom, hopefully you're listening. And that was Ken. He was telling me that I had to say that, to give you a call at midnight to 3 o'clock. So we do have a caller that's been holding out for us. So, Kurt, are you still on the line?
Yes, I am. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I was hoping to change gears and talk about another form of racing that's on dirt where cars go sideways, but the dominant cars are Subarus. So the Prescott Rally is happening at the end of this month on the 27th and 28th. In Prescott Valley, next to the city center, there's that open field where other motorsports have happened. So there's going to be a special stage there so people can show up and see cars in action instead of going way out in the Perkinsville area on closed stages where real cars drive real fast on real roads.
Okay, that sounds interesting. So is that where they're setting up the berms and the the hills, the dirt mounds and stuff like that? Is that what this is going to be for?
Correct. Yes, you saw that. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I
that's
wanted to
put
go
on by the
participate.
American Rally Association, and there's also Arizona Rally Association, and they do have a website. It's PrescottRally.com. And so anyway, I appreciate you letting me announce that. And they also have rally crosses over in Camp Verde. I entered my 68 Chevy pickup, and I did pretty well on that.
Good. So with these racing outfits, are you helping? Are you throwing in your information to the town on the willingness of trying to get that track open back up out there at the fairgrounds?
Got that on another show this past week. That subject came up at what I call the new rodeo, not rodeo, excuse me, new fairgrounds out on 89A there. So I guess other people are working on that, not the people I'm talking about.
Good. Well, I'm glad to start hearing some of the rumblings about this, because this is something that we used to have up here, that whenever I moved up here back in 2000, there was a track out there we'd go out and watch, and it was a lot of fun, and then the horses came in, and then the weeds took over, and nothing happened for 10 years or so. So I'm glad Ken's in the automotive thing, and he's on with the town council, and that's something that they've been talking about, and hopefully they can get that brought back to the area. So, Ken, what do you have to say about that?
And, of course, decades and decades ago, they used to drag race on 89A.
They still do.
They still do, but it's not officially sanctioned.
So, Ken, what do you have to say?
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So, there's a group led by a fellow named Lucky Barker, and they're trying to revive the fairgrounds facility, and you can find them on Instagram under the name Prescott Valley MX, or for motocross. And they're trying to have a motocross facility, but also possibly go-karts, possibly drag racing, possibly a dirt oval. It all depends on some of the sponsorship and so forth. There are a few major sponsors that may come in. They're just about ready to sign some papers with the property owner there, but it takes a while. There's been a lot of back and forth, like you would expect. But they may open a restaurant there 7 days a week. And
could we get a grocery store on that side of town too?
I would love that.
No kidding.
Yeah. There actually may be a grocery store down by Viewpoint, over in that area by 89A and Viewpoint.
Okay. Good. That's all good information, and hopefully things keep growing. I'm seeing some people that's outside the door here. I think these are Vicki Johnston with her Seniors in the Know, so they're coming up here in just a few minutes. And our show is just about over. It's been a fun show. Nice. Thank you for all the callers calling in and giving us all kinds of information to pass the word out. And Ken and Carrie, thank you for coming in and telling us about Ed Escuderian's Celebration of Life last weekend, and all those people that you met out there and all the legends and stuff like that. And maybe you can get them to come in on the show. Or maybe we could have them for our call-in guest or something.
Yeah, we can call it. We can have them call in. It's about a 16-hour round-trip drive.
Wait, they're drag racers. Can't they do it in like 6.7 minutes?
Well, no. They do it in spurts of 5 seconds, but then they have to go back to the pits and change bearings and oil.
And trying to fill up the gas station is probably a little tough. So, good. Well, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it. Desmond will be back next week. Hopefully he'll be back next week. His mom we're praying for him. Yeah. And like I said, Tom will be up here next week. Mark will be off the beach, hopefully fully clothed in the studio next week.
Hopefully.
So I want to thank Ken and Carrie for coming in and filling in and helping me out today on keeping the show going. And as Tom likes to say, it's going to be a great week to have. A great week. It's a great week to have. He does it better. He'll say it right next week. So thanks for listening, and we appreciate the calls and all the conversations that we had today. And I'm looking forward to this new Seniors in the Know with Vicki Johnston coming up here in just a few minutes. So let's see what's going on. Maybe she can tell us where all the discounts are and all the free foods.
Discounts.
Yeah, we're in for that one. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate everybody here. And it's been a fun week, and we're going to have another good week. Thanks for listening.